I think weight cutting should just be cut out. Like,
Yes.
so once weight cutting's cut out, we won't need rehydration clauses.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
100%.
no one will be like forcing the bodies to stupid levels. Like the one thing
Like
that
Paddy
annoys me
Pimblett.
about, yeah, and Sean O'Malley. That's what I was literally the two people I was going to talk about. The one thing that annoys me about them two is they always call everyone small in their division, and it's like, yeah, of course they're small because they're fighting at their natural weight class. You're not. You're a fucking middleweight fighting 2 weights below. Like Sean O'Malley, he's definitely not a what is it, a bantamweight he's at?
135 pounds.
Yeah, he's not. He's clearly a lightweight. Like, so go and fight at that division and see how you handle Dustin Poirier, see how you handle Justin Gaethje. You know what I mean? Because fighting Merab, fighting Sterling, like you've got a foot on him. Like you've already got a massive advantage anyway. And then when you're sitting there, like, I know I'm a small guy, yeah, so maybe it's a bit of small man syndrome coming out. but when you're sitting there going, oh, he's small, that's your one insult. It's like, well, of course he is, because you're terrified of fighting someone your own size.
Your own size,
yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I do like about ONE FC. And one of the things I always liked about Mighty Mouse Johnson is like he was never cutting weight. He was never like he just always seemed to be fighting at his natural weight. And it was always smaller than everybody and still dominating. So
that's it. I mean, that's why I like Izzy a lot. You know, I know there's a lot of people claiming because he had like a gyno boob going on. Mm-hmm. People claim that might have been from steroids or whatever. We don't know, like it gets tested, but at the end of the day, even when he went up a weight, he still remained at his natural weight level, and I thought that's commendable, especially in the UFC, to go, I'm gonna fight a light heavyweight, but I'm not gonna try and put on weight. I'm just gonna weigh in normal.
Just go weigh in and be.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too about like Anderson Silva. If you ever remember Anderson Silva, he never really cut like tremendous amounts of weight. He looked the same when he was at 185 and when he fought at 205. Like he still looked the same.
Yeah, so, in those days it did seem like that. Like when you saw like Rampage Jackson or Tito Ortiz or like Chuck Liddell, like you didn't see them. Maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't seem to see them before the fights, like all born and you know, like
and everything. Right?
Yeah, like they were just weighing in at. Like Rashad Evans fought at heavyweight, for God's sake, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think in those days they kind of had it more right, and now the competitive edge has got so high, and I think the lack of money that they get, and the way how it's structured in the UFC, that where you get a win bonus, but if you don't win, you only get paid a flat rate. I think that has brought all this on, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's trying to get that unnatural advantage in any way that you possibly can. And it's legalized cheating, in my opinion. You can believe, you know, however you want to think. But I want to bring up here, if you're familiar, this will segue into our next topic here. Jared Cannonier.
Oh, yeah. He's fighting this week, isn't he?
So he's fought at heavyweight,
light
heavyweight, middleweight. Look at this man.
He is a monster. Like, it's not coming up on my screen, but he is a monster.
Here, actually, I apologize. There we go. So, look at this body work. This is insane. Like, how do you go from 265, 205? This is all in the same frame. This is within years.
I know, but do you know what? To give him credit, you can see that when he was a heavyweight, he was fat. It wasn't like he was like athletic and well built, you know what I mean? And then when he went down to, I'm guessing, light heavyweight, he looks a bit more toned, and now he's at middleweight. He looks just ridiculously
shredded. Absolutely.
Yeah. And like, I don't know if it's possible to do that, like healthily, but yeah, it's crazy.
It took him years. It's the point I was trying to say is like it took him years and like several weight classes to like do that. That shouldn't be something people can do overnight, like change their entire physique.
Yeah, I think the best example of not doing it right or it leading to bad effects is Rumble Johnson. Like when you see the differences, he went in weight classes, like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he got big.
And like you can even look at going up a weight as well, how that can affect you. Like I remember Roy Jones going up to heavyweight, and then when he come back down, he just didn't seem the same.
Yeah, I mean, he moved weight classes so often that I think that it really did mess with his body, and I think it messed with his mind too because he's a little actor.
But I mean, I don't think he was doing it in not to gain an advantage, though. He was doing it just to show how good he was.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't want people to think I'm trying to say that about Jones.
Roy Jones Jr. is one of the greatest of all time. I mean,
yeah.
He fought anybody. You know, he fought anybody anywhere. Overseas.
By Kawasaki, though.
Crazy. But anyway.
My favorite beat him, Kawasaki.